Hey everybody, welcome to another deep dive with us.
It's great to be here.
This time we're looking at road trip English.
Ooh, fun.
It's all about like practical English for road trips.
Okay.
Even if you're fluent in English, I think you might learn some new stuff.
Awesome.
So like,
Yeah.
you know how to say you're prepared in a really, really cool way. Some slang words for snacks.
I like slang.
And even a phrase that like changes meaning depending on what you're doing.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So they actually start out by like defining a road trip,
Okay.
which I thought was funny because we all know what a road trip is, but
Yeah.
they call it out as like a long car trip you take for vacation.
Right.
And they specifically say how popular it is in North America.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because we've got
Yeah.
these huge distances in North America.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, road trips are almost like
Right.
a part of the culture, like a way to see the country.
Definitely it's like a whole experience, like getting away and like just being on the road.
And seeing new things
Yeah.
and having adventures. And, like,
Yeah,
it's not just about getting to the destination. It's about the whole journey.
totally.
Yeah.
But before you can go on that journey, you gotta get the car packed.
Oh, for sure. I think packing the car is like a ritual.
Yeah.
It's part of the whole getting ready.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
You're getting all your stuff together and
Yeah. And it's
you're anticipating, what's going to happen on the trip.
Yeah, you're like creating this little self-contained world inside your car
That's a good way to put it.
to like survive out on the open road.
Exactly.
All right, so we got the car packed.
Okay.
What's next? We got to fuel up
Oh, yeah, definitely.
both the car and yourself.
Literally and metaphorically.
Yes, exactly.
You need the energy for the trip
Yes, you do.
to keep going.
And speaking of fuel,
Okay.
what about snacks? Oh, yeah, the most important part.
The munchies.
Haha, the munch.
Road trippers, they have them.
You got to have road trip snacks. I wonder why that is, though.
What do you mean?
Like, why do we have specific food for road trips? It's like they get their own category.
Yeah, like it's not just snacking, it's munchies.
Yeah, munchies.
I don't know. Maybe it's like breaking away from the normal routine.
Yeah.
So you can have like
Like a little bit of rebellion against healthy eating.
yes, exactly.
You're on vacation. You can have chips and candy and all the good stuff.
Yeah. And sometimes you just need something to keep you busy.
Oh, for sure. Keeps you occupied while you're driving.
Totally.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've fueled up the car.
Okay.
We've got our munchies.
Got the snacks.
What about pit stops?
Oh, yeah. You can't forget about those.
Gotta have them.
Got to stop.
Yeah. Bathroom breaks, stretching your legs.
Yeah. Getting gas, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe a coffee to keep you going.
Yeah, I gotta stay awake. Have you ever thought about that term, though? Pit stop.
It's funny. We use it all the time.
Yeah.
Even when we're not on a road trip.
Yeah, like it's become...
Just like a regular expression.
Yeah.
But it comes from car racing.
Yeah.
Like, in a race, a pit stop can like make or break the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's when they refuel and change tires and stuff
Right.
and like get back on track.
Yeah, it's like a crucial moment.
Yeah. It's a good metaphor for life too, though.
No, how so?
Like we all need pit stops in life.
I like that.
Those moments to pause and like
Yeah.
just recharge and recalibrate and make sure we're going in the right direction.
Yeah, to like look at the map and be like, okay,
Yeah, exactly.
am I going the right way or do I need to course correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, it's a good metaphor.
Yeah, it is.
I like that.
It's like those pit stops give you a chance to appreciate the journey even more.
Totally.
When you're constantly on the go, it's easy to lose sight of like
Yeah.
the bigger picture. You're not paying attention to what's around you.
Yeah.
You're just focused on getting there.
Right.
But those pauses,
Yeah.
they allow you to like reflect and take it all in
Yeah, and like
and appreciate the experience.
yeah, and connect with the people you're with too.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like I love how in this video they actually share some of their own personal road trip stories.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like Erica, she talks about these family trips she used to take to northern Canada.
Wow.
Driving for hours and then like camping under the stars.
That sounds amazing.
Right. It's like that classic North American road trip,
Yeah, totally.
like getting out into nature
Yeah.
and like experiencing the wilderness.
Yeah, and like after being in the car for so long,
Yeah.
it's so nice to be surrounded by nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the scenery. It's also about like the memories you're creating with the people you're with.
Yes, definitely.
The shared experiences.
It's like you're building stories together.
Exactly.
Yeah. And those stories become like part of your family history.
Right.
Like the stories you tell over and over again
Yeah. Yeah.
about your road trip adventures.
And then Marco, the other host, he talks about a totally different kind of road trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his thing was like hitting the road with his buddies and driving to Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
Yeah, I think we can all imagine what kind of fun they were after in Vegas.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that sounds like a classic boys trip.
Right.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show, you know,
Where?
road trips can cater to all sorts of tastes and interests.
Totally.
Yeah?
Yeah, like whether you want to relax in nature
Yeah.
or like party in the city.
Yeah.
You can tailor the road trip to your own desires.
Exactly. It's all about finding
Yeah.
what resonates with you, what kind of adventure you're looking for,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, I think that's one of the best things about road trips
Yeah.
is that freedom you have, to create your own experience.
Yeah.
You're not bound by like a strict itinerary or anything. You can like make detours and stop and see things along the way.
Yeah, just follow your curiosity,
Exactly.
wherever it leads you.
Yeah, it's like the road trip itself becomes a metaphor for life.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got a general direction in mind, but
Yeah.
you're open to the unexpected twists and turns.
Right. It's all about embracing those unexpected moments.
Yeah.
Like those detours you weren't planning on.
Yeah, sometimes those end up being the best parts of the trip.
Right.
Like stumbling upon a cool little diner
Yeah, or like...
or a breathtaking view you weren't
Yeah,
expecting.
exactly. Or like a conversation with a stranger.
Oh, yeah, those can be amazing.
Yeah, that changes your whole perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, but before we get too lost in these philosophical musings,
Uh-huh.
let's circle back to some of the like practical phrases.
Okay.
We've been uncovering in this deep dive.
Sounds good.
I want to make sure our listener is equipped with all the linguistic tools
Yeah.
to like have an awesome road trip conversation.
Absolutely, they got to be prepared.
So first up, munchies.
Yes, the ultimate road trip food group.
Yes, covering everything from salty to sweet.
Yep.
Gotta have them.
Gotta have them.
And then we've got filling up the tank,
Oh, yeah.
which we talked about has like
It does.
both a literal and metaphorical meaning.
That's right. Make sure you're fueled up both physically and mentally.
Yes, you gotta be ready to go.
Ready for the adventure.
And then remember those pit stops.
Yes, those are essential.
So important for recharging, recalibrating. You know?
Making sure you're on the right track.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then if you want to like really show off your preparedness,
Yeah.
you can say, we've got all our bases covered.
Oh, that's a good one.
Right. It's like,
It shows you're organized.
Yeah.
You've thought of everything.
and then when you're finally ready to hit the road,
All right.
you can announce, let's get going.
Yeah.
And you can add any verb you want to that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, like, let's get rolling. Or let's get this adventure started.
Yeah.
Or let's get lost in the moment.
Yes, exactly.
I like that.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here today,
Uh-huh. We have.
literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
But here's the question I want to leave our listener with.
Uh-huh.
Why does any of this matter?
Hmm.
Why should we even care about learning this road trip lingo?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
I think it goes beyond just communicating on a road trip.
Okay.
It's about tapping into this shared cultural understanding
Okay.
of what road trips represent.
Interesting.
Language is more than just words.
Yeah.
It reflects our values and our experiences,
Okay.
like how we see the world.
Mm,
And so by using these phrases,
yeah.
we're connecting with this larger narrative, this history of adventure and exploration.
It's like we're joining a community
Yeah.
of road trippers,
Exactly.
all united by our love of the open road.
Yes, and the unique experiences it offers.
Right. And that sense of freedom.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a community that embraces spontaneity and resilience
Mm-hmm.
and a sense of wonder.
Yeah.
It's about being open to the unexpected
Yeah.
and embracing the challenges and finding joy in the journey itself.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is. And it's a community that like embraces spontaneity
Yeah.
and resilience and, a
Yeah.
sense of wonder.
Mhm.
It's about being open to the unexpected and
Well-
embracing those challenges
Yeah.
and finding joy in the journey itself.
Yeah, and it's funny you were talking about those pit stops earlier.
Yeah.
I think they're a really important part of appreciating that journey.
Oh, totally.
Like when you're constantly on the go,
Yeah.
it's easy to just
Lose sight of things.
lose sight of like the bigger picture. You're not really paying attention to what's around you.
Mhm.
You're just focused on getting to the destination.
Exactly.
But those pauses, those pit stops,
Yeah.
they force you to like slow down and
Yeah.
reflect and actually take it all in.
Yeah. And like connect with the people you're with,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
and like share those experiences.
It's like you're building stories together,
Exactly.
and like,
And then those stories become like part of your family's narrative,
it's like your shared history.
Right.
The stories you tell over and over again
Exactly.
about your road trip adventures.
And I love how, like, in this video, they actually share some of their own personal road trip stories.
Oh, that's always fun.
Right. So, like, Erica, one of the hosts,
Right.
she talks about these family trips she used to take to northern Canada.
Wow.
Like, they would drive for hours and then, like, camp out under the stars.
That sounds amazing.
Right. It's like that classic North American road trip,
Totally.
you know, like getting out into nature.
Yeah, and like experiencing the wilderness.
Exactly.
And like after being cooped up in the car for so long,
Yeah,
it must feel so good to be surrounded by nature.
totally.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the scenery, though. It's also about those memories you're creating with the people you're with.
Oh, for sure.
You know, those shared experiences.
Yeah, like you're building memories together.
Yeah, and like those stories you tell around the campfire.
Exactly.
You know, like those become part of like
Yeah,
your family's lore.
like you're creating your own legends.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then Marco, the other host,
No.
he talks about a totally different kind of road trip.
Oh, really?
Yeah, his thing was like hitting the road with his buddies and driving to Las Vegas.
Oh, Vegas.
I think we can all imagine what kind of fun they were after in Vegas.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that sounds like a classic boys trip.
Right. It's Vegas, baby.
So it just goes to show,
Yeah,
road trips can cater to all sorts of tastes and interests.
totally.
Whether you're looking for like
Yeah.
tranquility in nature or
Mhm.
like the bright lights of the city,
Right.
you can tailor the road trip to like your own desires.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about finding what resonates with you.
What kind of adventure you're looking for,
Exactly.
And I think that's one of the most appealing things about road trips
What's that?
is that sense of freedom.
Okay.
You have that freedom to create your own experience.
Right, you're not bound by like a strict itinerary.
Exactly.
You can like make detours, you can linger, you can like
Yeah,
just follow your curiosity wherever it leads you.
totally. And sometimes those unplanned detours
Yeah.
end up being the best part of the trip.
Right.
Like stumbling upon a quirky roadside diner.
Or like a breathtaking view.
Yeah, or like having a conversation with a local
Right.
who like gives you a whole new perspective.
Exactly.
It's those unexpected moments that make it special.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So like we've been talking about this idea of like
Yeah.
the road trip as a metaphor for life.
Yeah, right? It's a good one.
Like you've got a general direction in mind,
Right.
but you're open to those unexpected twists and turns.
Yeah, and like you have to be adaptable.
Mm.
Things don't always go according to plan.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yeah, like sometimes the detours
Yeah,
lead to the most amazing discoveries.
exactly.
And that's kind of like life in general, isn't it?
Yeah, it's all about the journey.
Right. Like it's not always about the destination. It's about like the experiences you have along the way.
Yeah, and the people you meet
Yeah.
and the lessons you learn.
And the memories you make,
Exactly.
you know.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is about the journey, isn't it?
It is.
It is. Like that saying.
Yeah.
It's not the destination, it's the journey.
Right.
But you know what? Maybe it's a bit of both.
Yeah. I think you're onto something there.
Yeah.
Like, do we always need a destination
Yeah.
to give our journeys meaning? Or can the act of like traveling and exploring
Yeah.
just be fulfilling in itself?
Yeah, that's something I'm going to be thinking about on my next road trip.
I like that.
Because, like, honestly, sometimes just the anticipation of, like, packing the car
Mm-hmm.
and getting the playlist ready
Oh, yeah. Gotta have the right music.
and knowing that open road is waiting,
Yeah.
that's enough to get me excited.
I totally get that.
Yeah.
There's something about that feeling of liberation.
Yeah.
Like you're shedding the weight of everyday life
Mm-hmm.
and just stepping into this space where anything is possible.
Right. It's like hitting the reset button
Yeah.
on your mind, on your routine.
Yeah, on your whole perspective.
Yeah,
Like you might even discover something new about yourself along the way.
totally. And who knows, maybe I'll even pick up some more cool phrases along the way.
Oh, yeah. Always good to expand your vocabulary,
Right.
especially your road trip lingo.
Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have, literally and figuratively.
Right.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us on this deep dive into road trip English.
It's been a pleasure.
Hopefully you learned some new stuff.
Yeah. And got inspired for your next adventure.
Exactly. Until next time. Happy travels, everyone.
Safe travels.